So, I've gotten a couple messages on my phone that have said video upload failed, things like that. Not a big deal. It didn't fail. I actually just uploaded it on a different phone. So that's new. That happened. It's on my Facebook. So I do have a drawing inside of what I plan to do to test the theory of being able to gear amplify or pulley amplify 50 pounds with a 5-horse Briggs & Stratton. It's going to be interesting. It's going to be one of those weird videos. We're going to see what happens. And hopefully, if I'm, uploading these videos to YouTube and publicly testing this kind of stuff, I guess they could put me in jail for stealing my own ideas. That would just be a shame. I'd get a lawyer and everything. I would hate it. To recap on the last video, I do not think America is terrible. I actually like a lot of things about America. Obviously, no one's come out to chop my arms off for not agreeing with the government on some things. It's to me, there are a lot of political policies that do need to change. One is definitely the way they protect corporate entities is unnecessary. In fact, in a free capitalist society, what keeps the economy going is new ideas, new manufacturing, and new ways of doing things. And it's been that way for years until recently, when we started protecting corporate entities and things of that nature. It is definitely a different playing field because we do have technology. We can keep track of these things. Let's see, over the years I've been accused of being a racist, which is not true. In fact, the only derogatory statements I make about race is against white people. Believe it or not, it's against white people. Drug addict? No. I am going to take a hair follicle at some point this summer, just to please those who do not believe. So, drug addict? No. Meth user? Never been. Cocaine user? Never done that. So basically, just a long list of shit that I supposedly am or have done that I haven't. That's what the SD cards are for. The recordings, the videos, the screenshots, the photos. Definitely not at all. I do agree with the border wall. If that makes me racist, I don't think it does. If we all get off of our short-term memory database and go back 10 years ago, we were begging to let people in so they could get away from the violence in Mexico, or the cartel violence. And we were begging to let them in so they could get away from the war in South America. I do agree with the wall for one reason, so that violence doesn't follow them into the United States. Which I think is pretty common sense kind of thing. So that's the reason I agree with the wall. I do believe there needs to be changes made to immigration reform, to make it easier for honest working class people to make it into the United States. I don't believe that all ethnicity should be held out of America altogether. And I say this because I worked with people who are from Mexico, and that is the biggest thing they fear about going back to Mexico or South America, is they will have to go back to a place where they are persecuted and have to deal with violence all the time. So I do believe in the wall and immigration reform for those two reasons. Another thing I do agree with immigration reform about is we really shouldn't be giving people $40,000 just for coming here. That's a ridiculous waste of taxpayer money in my mind. you know, when we turn 18, they don't hand us $40,000 and say, have at it. It doesn't happen. So that is the truth about it. I'm not a racist, not a psychotic. Definitely not a psychotic. Definitely not crazy about this kind of stuff. I do record this stuff when it happens, so you can see it. And no, you're not crazy. You are seeing what you think you're seeing. You're seeing videos being completely blocked from being posted to YouTube. I do have another YouTube account that I sometimes sneak videos on. So that is that. I'll talk to you guys later.